Hey, welcome back to Moving Cardboard. Don't have an RPG thing today. I'm going to do a playthrough of the second scenario in Swords of Sovereignty. This is the Battle of Worringen, 1288. We have the forces here, the army of Jean I of Brabant, and the army of the Archbishop of Cologne, who are the attackers. This is Siegfried II of Westerberg. He is the general of the army. Without getting into the history of the battle, I'm not going to mess with that right now. Let's talk about force composition and also my concern about balance. So my concern about the prior scenario movings was a balance issue, mainly because of the proximity to the board edge of the Tan people, the coalition army. Because in a game like this, units are eliminated when they rout, and you're scoring points for eliminating units. So if they're really close to the board edge, if one side is closer than the other, then the other side's going to have an advantage. And immediately, just setting it up, I see a concern with balance on that front. You've got this army; their board edge is right here; they're right next to it. This army's route edge is it's off camera. The camera is here. There's another 6 hex rows, and then the way they have to route, because there's a river, they actually have, it's very far, because they can't just go straight back 6, because there's a river right here. They actually have to go down this road and route into the far corner. So they are very far away from their route edge, and they are very close to their route edge. So that alone, any routing, these guys are gone, basically. These guys have a chance to rally and not lose points for that. And so let's talk about the rest of the forces really quickly. I got together the numbers. So the French army is composed of 5,900 men. The army of the Archbishop of Cologne is composed of 4,900 men. So they have the numbers. They also have the troop quality. The average troop quality of the French is higher than the average troop quality of this army here, Archbishop of Cologne. I guess it's another coalition army. You've got Renaud I, Henry VI of Luxembourg, Adolphe Count of Nassau. I don't know. So they have the numbers and they have the troop quality. Every wing, every command in this army has an average quality of 5, except for over here it's 4.5. Over here, every command has an average troop quality of 4, except for one of them, Henry VI, is an average of 5. If we look at just the mounted troops, because those are pretty important because they can do charges and everything, they're generally better. Not just in terms of the fact that they can charge, they generally have higher troop quality. And just the combat matrix favors them versus these militia. So the French have 2,800 mounted. These guys have 3,200 mounted. Average troop quality of mounted troops is 5.4 versus 4.7. That being said, the best unit, the single best unit on the board is this one of Henry VI. It's a 376 Knights, so troop quality 7. Nobody else has no other counter has a troop quality of 7. Still, that puts the onus, a lot of work he has to do. I still think this is going to be balanced in favor of the French. However, there's some other cool little things in this one. I'm going to show you a couple of those. First are the war wagons. Each side has a war wagon. The French one is here, I think. No, it's behind. And his is here. So these can move. They give a bonus to strength when they're defending in a battle. But if the unit they're stacked with ever has to retreat, then they just become captured, and you can't get them back. And they're worth points to the opposite side. It's like a little token that you get. So 2 points of victory. This one apparently has the keys to the city of Cologne, and this one has his banners and stuff, and so I think it's worth 3 points. So the French get more points if they capture the opposing war wagon. So that's kind of interesting. Another thing is that Worringen is off screen. I'm going to zoom in on that really quick to show you where Worringen is. Worringen is here, and it's under siege by the French. So as long as there's a French good order unit next to this counter, it's under siege. Now if he is no longer good order or leaves, this counter flips over, which is going to mean that it's worth 1 point. So Archbishop of Cologne player gets a point if this dude's not here. Okay, so on the I don't know. I mean, it's one little piddly dude. I mean, the French are probably not going to need him, so why would they move him away? And is the battle going to get that far over? I mean, that's very far. So, yeah, okay, that's kind of a quasi-balancing thing, but not really. So I don't know about that one. Another thing is the French have this counter. Let me show it to you. So this counter, Hughes and Guy of Châtillon, it's just a special marker. At the start of the French turn, they can put this on any knight or mounted unit, and it gives them a +1 on their charge. That's just a bonus. So it kind of would actually help negate the morale advantage of that really good unit from Henry. I don't really understand who these people are. I don't see any mention of them in the historical background notes, and they don't explain it. It just exists. So they get to keep it forever, basically, until there's a charge that fatigues the charging unit. So if they get a less successful charge and their unit is fatigued, then they lose it, they give it to the other player, and it's worth 1 point. So I was wondering what the point of this marker is, really, but it's just something to help the French out. I don't think they need the help. It does. I mean, I was reading the historical thing. So Henry VI threw away his lance and sword and attacked John of Brabant. So this guy threw away his lance and his sword and attacked him with his bare hands to unhorse him. And then Henry was wounded by Walter of Bisdom, a Belgian knight. So just some random dude. So that counter doesn't reflect that guy. So I don't know. It's just something. Maybe I'm just missing it. But okay. So basically, I know it's solitaire. You're playing both sides. I'm gonna mentally root for these guys because I feel like they're at a disadvantage. So I'm gonna kind of root for them. I'm not gonna play the French badly or anything though. But I'm gonna, in my inner being, I'm gonna hope they can pull off a victory because I feel like they're the underdogs. So I'm gonna put the dice on the counters on the commanders real quick, and we'll be back. Okay, so I'll put the dice on the leaders like I was doing last game to help me remember. I use green on the blue French because that's my favorite color. Green or blue? No, which one? One of them. They go together, and those are for those guys. So I'm gonna first. It's turn one. I'm gonna roll for initiative to see if anybody has an edge. So this here. All right. So those green dice total 11. 13 and 5 6 13 to 6. That's a okay. So just like last game, the French just are getting this huge advantage in terms of initiative. That's a big differential. So that means that all right, so that difference is, what was it, 13 to 6. The difference is 7. So they pick any, and then they force the next. So let's see here. They might as well pick this guy since he was going to go last. It's not really first turn. I'm not sure it's helpful. So he's going to. So we got a little hill here. Probably want to try to get on this hill. Militias, when they're stacked together, if they move, they can stack and move together. If they split up, it's going to cost 1 extra movement point. So if I was split them, it would be 2, 3, 4, and he'd have to spend 2, 3, 4. But if I leave them together, they go 1, 2, 3. Well, they can't get up the hill. So maybe I'll just 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Just, I don't know, split them up like that, maybe. And our Newell, he's pretty good general. He's got a 2 bonus. He's got some decent knights. 5, it would be 5 to get up there. Up on the hill. So that would mean he could be charged by this guy, but he'd have to charge up the hill, so he'd have a penalty if he did that. And these troops are otherwise basically equivalent. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Same deal. And actually, I might. So that'll be their activation. Okay, so they're gonna force. So actually, they might want to force them to move, because if they do charge, then they can come back here. So what if? I'm not really sure if that was even a good opening move for the French. It's probably dumb. Hey, but I'm rooting against them, so it's okay. They'll just force this guy because he's going to go next anyway, basically. So it's not really going to mess them up. I don't really see how it would mess them up. It's easier to think about stuff like that when you're playing against somebody. Actually, I feel like, than when you're playing solitaire. When you're playing solitaire, you're just kind of playing with the system, so you're not as invested. So, and this is Henry. Probably should not charge this guy here. That's a disadvantage because he's got the leader. He'd be at a -2, -3, -4 before anything else. So he'd have to successfully charge to get an even result. So not going to charge. So, but what will he do? Actually, well, here's the thing. Henry could do this. He could go around and attack him in the rear. 1, 2, 3, 4. He could do that. Now it's going to leave him open to Godfrey, probably, in some way or shape or form. So, but we're going to do it. 1, 2. He's going to move there, but he's not going to attack. He's gonna just do that, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna do a melee attack right here. These 2 units will attack him. I don't know. Let's see what happens. So we're at -1 because I'm going uphill. -3. So the leader with the leadership, that is all 0. Odds. Okay, so +1 because, well, no, because you do. You use for morale. Let's see. For the combat matrix, you use whatever benefits the defender the most. For quality, use the best quality unit on each side. So we are at with the terrain and the leadership, we're at 0. +1 better quality. And then odds is 5 to 4, so that's just a 1 to 1, so that's a +1. So we're at +2. And then the defender is being attacked from a rear hex. But there's no charges, so it's just +2 more, so we're at +3, right? Terrain modifier 0, +1, +2, +4. We're +4. So +4 is, not bad. You really want to try to get that max attack. Okay, +4. So we're going to take a roll here. Let's see what we get. That is a 3, which is going to total a 10. So that's defender is discouraged and they retreat and the attackers must advance. Okay. So I'm just going to grab a discouraged marker here. That'll do. Okay. Alright, so he's discouraged. And he has to retreat 1 hex. He'll go this way. So the attackers must advance. So, do we want to do this? Because obviously only one dude's going to be able to advance. Or we could do this, which is better actually, because now he can turn. Remember, that's a house rule I'm doing. It doesn't say you can change hex on an advance. It only says you can on a retreat and a charge and stuff, but that I can find. I should probably sit down and just read through all of the rules straight, linearly again. But, so that's how I'm playing it. So that was, fairly successful. They pushed him back a little bit. So they're fighting for the king of the hill here. Fighting for this hill. Alright, so now we're back to regular initiative order. We're on the 1s, because that was technically a forced activation. So the 1s were going to be Jean. Jean has a +2 bonus. Siegfried only has a 1, so Siegfried always wins ties. Okay. Drinking coffee. So, it's unfortunate these banners are so similar. There's very... Godfrey and Jean, their banners are very, very similar. So, when I was setting it up, I kept getting them mixed up. Confusing them. Okay, so let's see here. There's no charge possibilities. You can't move more than 4 movement points. So what do they want to do? They want to just kind of like push up, because they basically it's going to be where do you want the battle to happen? So the battle's starting to happen here. The French would like it to be closer, and they can actually wheel this way. So okay, so let's see here. 2, 3, 4, 5. He could actually get there, but that would be dumb. That would be stupid. He would be at a big disadvantage. The problem is he doesn't necessarily want to get in charge range either, because he doesn't want to be charged. Although these are good units. He doesn't want to be charged, which would force them to close the gap without charging, because they need to push forward. So the smart move would be to only move 1 up, but then you're not pushing the battle. That's the problem. And he's got just knights right there. And yeah, this actually, maybe it doesn't favor the French. It's got to. It's got to be something I'm missing here. Okay. If he goes here, he can be charged. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, I moved him. So he only has these 2 guys. So these are higher quality militias that'll protect his flank there. Okay, move 4. And these militia will move here, I guess. So they're just going to move up a little bit. We'll see. On to the 2s. He wins tiebreakers. Okay, I set it up. He could be charged. They could do some charging action here. So we could just get Siegfried on Jean action. Commander on commander. But I'm gonna move these first. I feel like it might be better to move Adolf first. So, got this little town here. How's that going to affect movement? I need to check that. The little... Two. It costs 2 to move through this, unless you're going along the road. All right. So this is the weak wing over here, actually, for these guys. It's a weaker wing. Well, these aren't the greatest troops either. All right, 1, 2. Moving along the road negates your terrains. All other effects and costs of other terrain, except for the costs. Okay, road versus track. Track does not negate elevation change. Road does, and that thick gray thing is a road. The yellows are tracks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He moves up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, he's weak. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna dare him to charge, and this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. All right. Other two. So these guys, I'll move them now, I guess, just because these guys are just going to attack them. What can these guys do? They can basically try to fill in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. He could charge. Let's do that. Because that's weaker HAs. They're, yeah, because that he'll probably get him, and then he can charge him as well, or even charge him. He can do some damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because when you're charging, you don't have to attack. You only attack the front, center front. Normal melee, you have to attack everybody in your front leg. So he's just going to charge to try to rectify this situation, and this militia will move up a little bit. 2, 3. Just 3. You want to keep a little space, and this guy. 1, 2, 3. I think he'll just move there. Okay, so let's do this charge. So he's not mounted, he can't countercharge or anything, so it's going to be automatically a +7. It's going to be a +7 because I think 4 for charging. No, front hex is 3, so 3, 4 for leadership, 5 for quality, and 1 to 1. It's only +6. Oh no, and then knights versus +7 matrix. So combat matrix +7. All right, so let's see what we get. So it's gonna be a 15. That is a defender is routed. Or a rout plus retreat. Retreat. So he's going to incur a morale check because he was just routed through. He passed. Okay. So there we go. The damage is happening. So he is going to obligatory advance. And he has a mandatory elan. He can either charge him or turn and charge him. He'll charge... I think he'll charge him because he can maybe cut Henry off. So he's going to go rotate. Right, yeah, because if he does, then he can charge him in the rear. So actually, Henry is looking terrible. Okay, so he can attempt the reaction charge. He succeeds, so he turns to face. So that negates his +3. So he's gonna have +1 for leadership, +2 because of troop quality, and +3 because of odds. So it's only a +3. Knights on knights, no other modifiers. 11. Discouraged and retreat. So he'll retreat here and do this and be discouraged. So he will go like this. Oh no, he can't get Henry, damn it. Well, he's not going to have any other target. He can turn. Which way would he want to turn? Probably that way. It's in terms of preserving himself, actually. Because generally Henry's going to go first, if anyway. Yeah, self-preservation, he'll turn that way. He's got his rear to fewer units. Alright, so now we're going to do Siegfried. I'm going to do some charges here. 1, 2, 3. Does he want to charge him? Probably not. Let's see. Those are better knights, so that charge would not. That's where it comes into play, man. I mean, like, he could charge him, but these are better quality knights, so it's probably a bad idea. This would be a good charge to do right here, because you'd have +1, potentially +4. That could be a charge. Got to be aggressive. That's not probably a good charge to do. All right. 1, 2, 3. Worst quality troops. 4, 5. I'll think about what he's going to do. Let's see, so we had -1, -2. Potentially just like really bad. I'm going to do it, and we'll just see. I mean, a lot of the system really favors the attacker a lot of the times. You actually want to be savagely aggressive. It's not as much as in musket and pike from what I remember, but I feel like it favors being aggressive. Okay, so I want to protect this wagon. I don't want him. Move back. Okay, so he's not going to melee. We'll do charges in this way. We'll go that way. He can't countercharge. Morale problem. Alright, so knights. So it's +3 for the charge. Knights against militia are +3, so we're +6 right out of the gate. It's 1 to 3 odds. So -1 is that's a +5. Worst quality makes it a +4. Okay. A 1 is a 5. So not rolling well. I just don't roll well for these guys. So these guys, all they have to do is fall back, and and he's fatigued and must advance. So that didn't really work. Okay, this one, he's going to attempt a reaction charge. He's a 5 morale. He succeeded. So there's no +3. There's a +1 for... It's just a +1. Knights on men-at-arms. Quality's the same. Odds are going to be a 0, because 1 to 2 is 0. So this is a +1. Okay, so 9-10 is discouraged and retreat with an obligatory advance. He's upset. Okay. I don't think he's going to Elan into Jean. I think he's going to just Elan into the guy he's going against. So, alright. So the odds are going to be a little different. Can you reaction charge on a... I wonder if you can reaction charge if you're discouraged. You probably can. Let's see. As long as you're unrouted. So he's going to try to reaction charge. Can you reaction charge? It seems like you shouldn't be able to. I don't know why. It's like visualizing what's happening. The charging unit must Elan. It doesn't say. Okay. Well, he'll attempt it. It just seems strange. He failed anyway, so I don't have to think about it. So it's a +3 +4, and plus he's discouraged, so that's another +2, I think. Yeah. So 3 for the charge, 4 for the differential, and then 2 more for discouraged. It's a +6. 1 again, so a 7 fatigued and retreat with another obligatory advance. So he's close to routing. And he falls back again, and he has another obligatory advance. Okay, so he could... Wow. So I'm going to keep playing where I just always do the dispersion. So he'd end up fatigued. And then at that point you're just trading units because he's fatigued and he's in the... Maybe he wants to turn and charge these guys up the hill. That would be a 3, 5, 4. That would be a +4. I think he will, because this guy's... If he routes him and he's fatigued here by himself, that's kind of trading units, and he's got so far to route. So he's going to turn and charge up this hill at these militia. It's 1 to 3, so that's -1, -2 because of the hill, but makes it up to +1 because it's a charge, and then knights on militia is +3, so it's a +4. He's going to turn and charge uphill with a +4 on these militia. 6, they just retreat. That's it. He's on the hill, fatigued. It says fatigue and obligatory advance fatigued. So he's just fatigued. So not really that great, honestly. I mean they pushed him back. I mean that's what they want to do. They want some real estate. So they're close to the actual... Okay, so let's do this one now. First things first, he's probably going to get a reaction charge Whoops, didn't go in the cup, doesn't count. He got it, so there's no +3 for that. So we're at -2, -3, -2. It's a -2. Okay, gotta roll high. Okay, the attacker is fatigued and falls back. So, not good. It's probably not a good decision. Another line is all like wacky. Well, the whole line everywhere is wacky. Okay, moving on. These guys. They're gonna attack the swing. So, they're not gonna charge into that though. They'll charge. I'll charge him. It would be dumb to charge into it. Uphill into a city would just be ridiculous. Alright, so, however, 3, they can do that. And he's going to move here just to prevent him from charging in the future. Alright, and I mean, these they really need to do some damage. This is just... I'll just move up. What's on this counter? I'll just move up here. War Wagon is gonna... I don't know. Where does it want to try to go to? 1, 2, 3. It'll go up here, I guess. It can. It doesn't count against stacking. It just is there. I don't want it to be alone. So we're gonna do a melee here and a charge here, and no other fighting. So let's roll for reaction charge. He gets it, so there's no +3, so maybe that was a bad idea. The leadership and terrain are going to cancel. So it's going to be a +1 for better, because you got +2, only +1, only 0, quality. So it's just a +1 for quality. That's a 2. That is attacker retreats, defender is fatigued. So it's actually kind of a win for the French. I think the fatigue is better because the stats are lower, and it's really hard to turn around and fall back. And this, he's not flipped. He just got pushed back. Okay, so melee here. Fatigue doesn't give a modifier, but so the odds are 1 to 1, so it's a +1 for odds, -1 for leadership, so we're 0. I think it's just a 0 battle. He's just trying to do something to him. 0 battle. And he rolled a 0. A 10 is a 0. The attacker's fatigued and retreats. So that didn't work out at all. So he's going to go back here. That's kind of a wash. Okay, over here, this wing, these guys, Renaud. I think these are, these are all 4. These aren't really the greatest either. Got one good unit. Got Godfrey here. He's going to have to go up against, he's going to have to attack Godfrey. He needs to do that because Godfrey's like really doing some damage. So that means that we're just going to do, he's going to go there. Actually, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. He can really get him. You can really mess with them. Okay. They're just trying to lay out zones of control. So we're going to melee here. And I turned him like that so he doesn't have to attack him. It's going to be a concentrated attack. Because it's chaos, really. I mean, they're all in between each other, but actually going last is kind of helpful here. Maybe French should have picked something different. Okay, so let's calculate this stuff. I've got 5 to 3. That's only going to be going to 1, so that's +1. Net leadership is a net +2. +1 because of troop quality. Being attacked in the rear makes it +3. And +3. Terrain. Let's see. Oh, so attacking. We're +3, so with the going downhill for cavalry is +2. Do I get +2? Because only some of them are coming. And that could be a big difference. A +3 versus a +5. I'm gonna have to pause and look at that. Okay, after reading, you always do whatever's most advantageous for the defender. So it's only gonna be +3. +1 because of odds. 2, 3, 4, 3. Yep, +3. Let's see. Trying to save Henry, basically. So that's a 6. Defender retreats. Fatigue with obligatory advance. So if I advance him, he could still get attacked in the rear. I still think that's better though. So he can turn like this. Because if he advances, then that's a problem. So that's turn 1. Or that part of turn 1. So now we're going to do the route phase stuff. So we're going to do the rally route phase, blah blah blah. Sequence of play. So there's no fatigue recovery going to happen here. Discouraged units and routed units can make rally tests. So he's routed. He's a 4. He has to add 1 to his check. Nope. So he's going to route 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy. Let's see. Nope. He's still discouraged. He's adjacent. He can't try. He's adjacent. He can't try. So that's that. So nobody rallied up. Everybody's still sleepy and everything, and nobody has any victory points. That is the state of the battle. It already looks like a mess. Can Godfrey extricate himself? He's nearly surrounded, but he's a good general, a good commander. He's got strong knights. He's not tired or anything. At the same token, can Henry extricate himself? He's great. He probably is going to push straight. That's probably what I'll do with him. Keep pushing forward and let the rabble try to deal with Godfrey. The center didn't really go too well for the coalition. yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Interesting turn. Interesting turn. I think I might like this scenario more so far. All right. Well, long video. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.